How now, brown cow? Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 10. We have reached episode 10 of It Must Be Another Podcast. I am so elated to still be here. I'm elated to have you guys as listeners, and I'm even more elated to have a guest here with us today. As you know, this is the news you can use from a journalistic view, and you know that we always want to give platforms and just a conversation, a really cool conversation with other women in communications. Aleira is in PR, so she's going to be here today. We're going to talk about all types of cool things. Are you excited?
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
Let's get it.
All right, let's do it. Okay. As y'all know, we start off every episode with a fun fact. And with Juneteenth on the way, I wanted to do a fun fact about Miss Opal Lee. And this fun fact actually ties the two of us together.
Yes.
So I think a lot of you guys know I'm from East Texas originally, and so is Miss Opal Lee. She was actually born in Marshall, Texas. She was born in Marshall, Texas, and then at 10 years old, she actually moved to Fort Worth. So after spending her childhood in Fort Worth, she returned to Marshall to go to Wiley College, and that's where she received her bachelor's degree. Aleira is a Fort Worth native.
Yeah.
I'm an East Texas native, so we wanted to tie that together. And Juneteenth is very near and dear to us Black Texans, as we know.
Absolutely.
It's something that's so very, very important to all of us. And, just as we... If you don't know, Opal Lee is the grandmother of Juneteenth. She is one of the fighters she's the reason why we have Juneteenth as a federal holiday. I think the beauty of Juneteenth is that Black Texans have known about it our whole lives. It's been word of mouth. We've always done our own celebrations.
Yeah.
But she made it something where the entire country made sure that we knew what it was and it was in place. And some people get the day off. Hopefully you have the day off. If you don't, take that PTO because you deserve it. But this year, Opal is going to celebrate her 100th year. And as you know, she does her 2.5-mile walk, and that symbolizes the 2.5 years between the signing of the Emancipation Proclamation and them going to Galveston and yelling to let us know that we were free. And in addition to that, she also has a memoir that's coming out this year. I think it just came out on June 2nd, and it's called A Commitment of One: How Faith plus action equals a purposeful life. So if you are in the market of learning more about Opal Lee, and I'm sure that there's a lot of things about Juneteenth in there as well.
Yeah, I think the Juneteenth Museum opens this year too.
Yes, Juneteenth Museum opens this year as well. So the last episode I told you guys about a lot of things that you could attend throughout the country, a lot of Black-led events that you could attend. But of course, if you're in Dallas, if you're in DFW, or even if you're in East Texas, those small towns, you can go to Opal Lee's website and purchase tickets to her walk that she does every year.
Yes.
So tell us about your tie to Opal Lee as well.
Yeah. So like you said, she moved to Fort Worth when she was 10. I was born and raised in Fort Worth, and she grew up on the South Side, and my granddad's house is also on the South Side. So we grew up like in the same area, I guess. So I've always known about Opal Lee my whole life. She went to Wiley College. My little sister also went to Wiley College and got the Opal Lee Scholarship for living in Fort Worth and going to a school in East Texas. So that is another tie. And then when she got the scholarship, we were able to meet her and talk with her. And I sent Jamisha a photo that y'all be able to see. We're going to put it right here.
From the photo later.
But we were able to meet and talk with her. And it's just amazing to see the difference between, not even a real difference, because there's a lot that still happens that's the same, but just the amount that she's done for Black Texans in general, but just in between someone who's about to turn 100 and somebody who's our age in our 20s and 30s who are still just like kind of starting our life, where she's like on the opposite side and is still having these same conversations. So,
she's dedicated her life to something, and as we know, just like the fight never stops for equality, to make sure that everyone has rights. And I think that on her website, it was like the tie, I'm going to get this quote wrong, but it was like, it's not a Black thing. It's not a white thing. It's a right thing. So if you want to do some research more about Opal Lee, hopefully everyone just enjoys their Juneteenth. Like one thing that we used to do whenever I was younger, something that my grandmother always used to kind of like instill in us is like in East Texas, even if we didn't do like a big celebration or like a cookout or something of that nature, we would always like either have like a red soda or like eat watermelon.
Okay.
Yes. So those were two things that we would do. And my grandmother used to tell us that that was like symbolization of the blood that was shed for our ancestors. And so even if like it was the middle of the day and we're going like, girl, it's Juneteenth, let me go celebrate. Yes. And maybe ain't nothing better than a red cream soda. I don't know. I'm a little country. I love that Berkshire Brothers.
You're not wrong.
Yeah. That red cream soda back in the day. Delicious. So I'm gonna toss it back over to you. So Aleira, let's do a great intro. So
Okay.
I know that you're into corporate PR. You also own your own PR firm, if I'm not mistaken. So tell people like what's some fun facts? Like, you know, we see that you cute. You look real good.
Thank you.
You know what I mean? So
but like you said, I'm from Fort Worth. I've been between Dallas and Fort Worth for like the last 6 years, 6-ish years. And yes, I work in corporate PR. I have my own PR agency where I do some consulting with usually like Dallas, Fort Worth small businesses, the ones who don't really know they need PR yet, but are like on the rise.
yes.
And this is like their first kind of like dip in the water with it. So it's really more about educating people on what PR is and when they can use it, which is all the time. And when it can just be an asset to them. And then, yeah, I'm really invested in the arts and culture scene in Dallas, but just like in the United States in general. I grew up doing musical theater, so I've been like in this world for a long time.
Yeah. I love to hear that. So, we love to because this podcast, of course, is for everyone, but I love to try to like real a lot of people who don't understand how to dip their toe, like if they're pursuing PR or any like facet of communications. A lot of people don't even understand the difference between PR, communications, journalism.
Yeah.
I've had people ask me to do PR my whole career, and I'm like, girl, no, I'm not. Like I don't do press releases. I don't do any of those things. So how do you go about like not only finding clients and like what was your inspiration just behind building your own PR for agency?
So originally back in college, I went to college on a music degree. I knew I did not want to do music, but I didn't know what else to do. I knew I still wanted to work in an industry and around entertainment and things like that. And so I just had an advisor that was like, well, try this. You're a good writer. So I tried it and I loved it. Stepping forward, I knew I really liked it when I was able to do short form writing and get my point across. I was not somebody that was trying to sit there for days on days on. I'm not writing a book. I can tell you that. So when I knew I could do that, get my point across, and I'm really good at like enticing people, I feel like, or like kind of
persuasion.
Yeah, I'm good at persuading people. So I was like, oh, I can use this to like my advantage. It doesn't have to be something that's always negative in a way, but helping people understand your perspective was like a big thing for me. So that's kind of where I was like, oh, I'm good at this. I'm a good writer. I can like turn this into something more. And then finding like that crossroad between something that I really loved, which is arts and entertainment, of course, and just culture. Like I've said, I'm from Fort Worth, so being able to be around Dallas and Fort Worth culture all the time and intertwining that with writing and persuasion and getting people to understand the culture around Dallas, the culture around Fort Worth, things like that. That's kind of where me starting my own business came up from. I know I wanted to do it outside of that, but I was really passionate about helping these small businesses understand who they really were.
Yeah.
And that is, like I said, the art of persuasion came in. If you can convince me, then you can convince anybody.
Yeah.
So when I started helping people do that, they were like, oh, this is like a real thing. This is like part of my business strategy. This is like, I'm 1-2 steps in and I need to be doing this. Not crisis comes around and, oh, now I need PR.
Yeah.
And once I was able to help people understand that, that's when I was like, oh, this is more than just me just doing it because I'm sitting here and a friend is asking me.
Yeah.
People were willing to pay money for it. So that's where it came from.
Okay. And what is like one of the biggest misconceptions about PR that you feel like people have who are trying to pursue it? Those who are like young in the game and they just go into it with like these eyes of thinking it's all.
So if you kind of know what PR is, I think a lot of it is getting mixed up, which I'll talk about a little later with influencing. While it is part of it, it's not the full thing. Like persuasion and influence, they of course go hand in hand. But I think sometimes we almost learn too many tasks when it comes to PR. So you have like too many things that you're doing, where at the end of the day, I do think that PR is like when you hunker down and you're able to tell a story without having to do all the extra stuff, without video, without photography, without content, things like that. When you can just write it down, plain on paper. I think that's the best way to explain PR to somebody who's not there yet, may still be in school, or is just trying to figure out if PR is for them. Now, people who never understood, I remember in college we did this project and we had to go around and ask random people on campus, what does PR mean? And everybody was like, I don't know, like personal best, I don't know. Like, I was like, that doesn't make sense. But for people who like never understand it, just think of it as the way that someone on the outside would perceive your business.
Yeah.
The person who's doing PR is the one who's helping you strategize all of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think is like one of the biggest career wins that you've had so far?
My biggest and ultimate career win to this date is getting an interview with Andre 3000 in Dallas Morning News.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
I hold that like close to my heart.
Did he have the flute?
He did. It was his tour, his first tour right after he did the flute. And of course, in the interview, I was like, hey, are you okay with them asking you questions about everything before this? Like, he was like, oh yeah, definitely. But he definitely wanted to talk about his vibe and vibey music.
Yeah.
But that's still like, he's my all-time favorite lyricist. So that was really cool for me.
Okay. I love that. Okay. So, as you know, whenever we do have a guest, we have a correspondence corner. So we're going to give Aleira the floor to let her discuss whatever she wants to talk about. And I'm going to take the mic out of my hand and put it in hers. Let her lead this thing. You can drive the boat.
Period.
Yes.
But please ask questions if you have them.
All right.
So we have been talking about arts and culture here. Okay. And something that has been bothering me is this phenomenon that we're calling blue dot fever lately.
Okay.
So I work for a events venue, and a lot of it is about selling tickets at the end of the day. Like, that's how we make our money. But all of these artists have come in. Everybody wants to go on tour. But I don't know if they're doing the research behind that. So this phenomenon, blue dot fever, is when an artist goes on tour, usually through Ticketmaster, because like when you go in Ticketmaster, they have the little blue dots, and that's how you pick your seats.
Oh, so that's okay.
Yeah, there we go. It's this phenomenon, though, that they go on tour, they have this big announcement, and then 1 or 2 months in, they cancel the entire tour. And they give the comment that due to unforeseen circumstances, we will no longer be going on tour, or we'll be canceling these dates. It's happened for a few artists lately. Like, I was reading up on it, and Post Malone and Jelly Roll did this with some shows they had in Texas. They were in like West Texas, so not like large cities.
Okay.
But the Pussycat Dolls did it recently, and they canceled their whole tour except for one festival they were going on.
Okay.
Meghan Trainor did it, and she canceled her entire tour after making like a huge deal about just like going on tour for the first time in a long time. And basically they're saying that the unforeseen circumstances can be anything from like family to health to sickness. But when you go on Ticketmaster, it's clearly the fact that they're not selling tickets. And I don't know if they're not doing the research. I just think that in today's age, people see like social media numbers and things like that, and they're just not converting over to people who will actually go see you in concert.
Right.
Or people don't know you from your music. They know you from social media, or they know you from your reality TV show, or whatever it may be. Yeah. And it's not converting over into ticket sales at all. And so they're canceling these shows, and I don't know if the artists get nervous. They turn off their comments on TikTok. Yeah. Like they don't want nobody to get on their case about why am I canceling? Why am I not? But I see it happening all the time. And it really is, I want to say, one, the lack of research, because you can go in nowadays and like see how many people are listening to your music from these cities, these states, things like that. And I don't think their teams are doing that, or their teams are hyping their heads up so much.
Yeah.
To where, like I said, they think that since they have this many followers on such and such, that will equal views and ticket sales and things like that. And it's just not that anymore.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I think that you were saying that their team not doing the research. I think that whenever we had our initial conversation, we did talk about the lack of communication between the teams and the artists. Yeah. And I feel like that's really, really something that we both see from both sides of our careers. Like, as a journalist, I've had like conversations with managers and PR, people where I'm like, okay, like, does the artist know this? Or like, even the conversation, like, do they want to see these questions or do you want to see these questions? And like, are you the person that's trying to guide this interview? Because at the end of the day, like, I'm not a T type of journalist. I want to get the story and I'm angling it this way. So I think that like the lack of, like you said, the lack of research when it comes to concerts. And I also think that a lot of these artists, like, they're gravely like underestimating the times that we're in when it comes to the economy.
For sure.
And I think that like we do these like announcements and these immediate turnarounds. It's like, I don't have the like I would love to see you.
Yeah.
But
I don't have it this
I
week.
don't have
It's
it
not
this
pay week.
Yeah, it was 5 people that announced something this week. I always say, I'll never forget this. Back when like Beyonce did Lemonade, I remember like Beyonce did Lemonade, Kanye had Out the Life of Pablo, and Rihanna had Auntie out, and this was all the same week. And I was like, I chose Beyonce because I never went to Beyonce's concert before. Had I known that Rihanna wasn't gonna put music out no more,
You would have chose Rihanna.
I would have chosen Beyonce. But here we are, and I always like slap myself for that. But anywho, yeah, I think that like, especially when we're in a big city like Dallas, like I feel like Dallas is always like one of the first stops. So, and with this city, if it's not sold out immediately, like
it's gonna be sold out soon.
Yeah, it's gonna be sold out soon. Or again, like I kind of noticed in those early years that like the resellers would get a hold of things, especially things with a lot of like Black artists or super popular artists.
Yeah.
So, I've never heard of the Blue Dot Theory. I think that you introduced me to something. I would love to research this, and I'm going to be on the like lookout to see
You'll start seeing it come up now. It's
who does
crazy.
a grand opening, grand closing. Because but I do see that like I pulled up an LA Times article here where they spoke with a founder of a music management firm, and he says, I've represented like I said, I'm citing the LA Times here. I've represented artists for 20 years and a lot has changed. There used to be a lot of steps up the ladder and you'd play clubs at your band start, then theaters, and then go on to bigger things. What I see now is the middle class is eroding and it's harder for everyone there. Expenses are way up. Some have tripled from even a few years ago. For a lot of artists, it's increasingly difficult to tour and have a healthy business. A lot of this is a fan sensitivity to ticket prices, but kids also have a lot of options now, and going to concerts is not as ingrained in their culture.
Yeah.
And I thought that kind of woke something up in me where you think about like back in the day, like artists would like go to the mall. They would go to all of these different there were so many ways that you could see artists without like the tour was a big thing. That's the moneymaker. But now when you see artists that do these small things, like he just said, like they kind of get clowned on social because people don't really understand artist development. It's like, what are they doing this? Like why are they at the mall? Why are they at the club?
Yeah, they're going straight to they don't want to do that anymore. They don't want to be fun of.
But we can't discredit those smaller stages. Like I can remember, like even seeing SZA at like Southside Ballroom whenever she first was out, like those small or like the House of Blues, those smaller like rooms, they don't always have to be these big rooms. So I think that if we take the ego out of some of it, maybe we could eliminate that. But you also have to think about the backlash of social media too.
For sure.
Yeah.
I just now, I mean, and shoot, we both work in communications and stuff. And the day of social media, is it worth it to not get clowned for doing it? Because I do remember it. Like I was talking to my nieces and nephew. They're 14 and 15 now, so they're getting more into wanting to go to concerts and stuff. And I was like, when I was y'all age, we paid like $30 for concert tickets. One to see people that were our age. Also now, y'all know they don't have as many teen artists. But on top of that, now they're wanting to see the same artists that me and my friends want to go see. Like my nephew's trying to go see Kehlani. I said, I'm not even ready to go see Kehlani yet. You're asking me to go get you tickets. Like, but there's no in between. Like I grew up going to see the Cheetah Girls at the mall. And now
exactly. Like, you could run into those, and there's all like, you could be like I said, like at the mall back in the day, like you're like, oh what? Like they're gonna I've seen so many people who have these like pictures with Beyonce when she was a Destiny's Child, like back in the day. Because I was in a small town, I didn't have an opportunity like I ran into Charlie Boy one time.
Period.
You know what I'm saying? And that was like they bought like an M1 mixtape game, the Lufkin, and we thought that was so cool. And I remember like taking the picture with Charlie Boy, and I'm 5'10", he's like 5'5", so I had like been
this little.
like, but yeah, like it's like there, and like I said, like a lot of artists' ego just don't want to do those things. So I guess we'll be on the lookout to see how that goes and how many artists. But then does that give an untapped market to us to kind of be like, hey, so I noticed that
It definitely does.
Yeah.
It's something I definitely we talk about at work a lot.
Yeah.
Is if you can't be the big dog, that's where you scoop in and you find those artists that are just about to take off that think they need to do a AAC or like a stadium or arena tour like that, and you'd be like, hey, we're not that little, but we're not that big.
Yeah.
This will be like the perfect audience for you. And it's like a twofold, because then we get a new audience, because those teenagers that, like we had Leve a while ago, she's like taken off now, like as a jazz pop singer. I know my nieces and nephews love her. We caught her right before she took off.
Okay.
We got a full new audience of people who love the arts, but they never would have come to a show there because we don't usually have jazz shows.
Yeah. Okay.
It is an untapped market.
Yeah, I think that's kind of like the same thing how I feel with like getting stories for artists before they take off. I love to like feel like I'm following someone throughout their career and like talking about them now, especially when they're taking off, like their mindset changes, or you can even see like their music starting to change as they begin to like hit social and they're hitting all these like big they're like getting these cosigns from these other artists. They're getting all this like clout from all these comments and things like that. And I love to be one of the first people to do that story, because a lot of them have never even done stories before. So it's kind of like a part of helping with their media training as well. Understanding how to like drive your story.
Media training.
Yeah. Important, because that's not there. It's lacking. So, all right, well, we are now, since we've been talking about music, we're going to get into playlist potential. Playlist potential. Two of us with, all right, I lost it. Okay, so I was on Threads earlier today, and while we were talking about artists,
we met on Threads.
Yes, we met on Threads. So, hey, one thing about me, I'm overly friendly. So all it takes is one DM. And now, you know what I'm saying? I'm sure this won't be the last time you see us together. There's one thing about me, I'm going to make a friend. We friends?
We're friends.
Yay! So, I was on Threads earlier, and I saw that hopefully we can like do a little something here. But on June 19th, since we've been talking about Juneteenth, Chloe Bailey announced that she is about to release a mixtape with Timbaland, and it's called The Resurrection. Once again, you can pre-order this. There's like a little snippet, of the music. It's her and Timbaland standing there. And I went to the comments, and of course, shocker, not really a shocker, the convo with the snippet where that people were saying, and I quote, that she is reheating Aaliyah's nachos.
Yeah.
And it made me wonder. One, I do understand that Timbaland has been getting a lot of bad press from the AI artists and all these other things. He doesn't always make the best decisions, but also that's kind of a generational gap. It happens. But I think that Chloe Bailey gets an unnecessary amount of negative feedback, and I'm not really sure what it's rooted in. Because we can't necessarily say, if anyone else would have done this, I feel like this would have been like, oh my gosh, like this is great. But Chloe they're upset at her for being sexualized. They get upset with her. She's just as sexual as everyone else. We get upset with her because she worked with Chris Brown. And I do understand. I understand that, absolutely. But no one else gets the negative feedback for working with Chris Brown as she gets. So it's like, what exactly do you feel like is the disconnect with Chloe? Is it that, like, I have a theory that people, like, because they don't want to talk negatively about Beyonce, they pitch it to her.
Wow.
Like, I feel like anything that they want to say about Chloe, they'll just like, they want to say about Beyonce, they'll push it to Chloe.
Bad theory.
And I'm like, I don't think that it's, because of course, this is like, she's Beyonce's protege. So it's not surprising that she does these things, but she's not mimicking her. She's
Yeah,
not
she's doing her own thing.
Yeah, she's doing her own thing. She has created her own lane, and I understand that, like, her and Halle, I loved her and Halle's music together. I honestly, they owned the pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
Them and that tennis court was doing work. But it's like, we can't allow these girls to move on, and, well, just Chloe, really.
Yeah.
Because anything that Halle does, we're there to support,
Very true.
except for the whole baby daddy. But
I mean, we still supporting her.
we still supported her even after that. So, yeah.
I'm going to put the disclaimer. I am a Chloe and Halle stan. She didn't know that before she put this on here. I am a Chloe and Halle stan. I am a Chloe stan. I've seen her in concert here, everywhere. So, but I am a truthful stan.
Okay.
So I'm not delusional when it comes to the artists that I stan.
Mm-hmm.
And I do like your theory. But I also think that it forces... We've seen people grow up in the limelight, and I think they are a product of that. We've seen Chloe and Halle, not even just making music, but just in our faces since they were little.
Yeah.
And I think they're also products of learning how to find themselves in front of the entire world.
Yeah.
Especially with their taking off in the pandemic. We didn't have nothing better to do but to watch their videos, even though they were great. They were fantastic.
They were great.
We didn't have nothing better to do but to watch that. And so I think it's like layering on top of each other. So it's the fact that we had their videos come out, and then we got no tour once the pandemic was over.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, then Halle leaves and goes to film The Little Mermaid, and Chloe takes off on her own, but it's not the same type of music that we're used to.
Yeah.
It's the...
Not like teeny bopper. It was like real...
They were grown.
Yeah. They
grown.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, we have the whole Halle situation, and Chloe goes out and does her own thing. And I think people are just upset that they haven't come back together. And so I don't know if it's just like the big sister in me, but sometimes you take the brunt of it. And maybe we don't notice how much Halle gets because they're putting so much on Chloe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, well, because the only thing that I really see that Halle receives is like from DDG fans.
For sure.
And we know that they're all probably like...
And I do think Halle's music is more similar to what they put out together, but Halle was the one that was writing their music, and Chloe was the one producing it at the time. So I do think it's a mixture of when everybody's asking her, at least what I see all the time is, all you need is a better writer.
Yeah.
All you need is... Like, so she went out and did that. I mean, Timbaland's a producer, but I'm sure that they are out there finding her good writers to put this out. So she's doing exactly what y'all are asking her to do.
Yeah. I think that, like I said, the whole comment of them saying that she was reading Aaliyah's nachos just that really was crazy to see, because one, everyone's sampling.
Reheating everyone's nachos.
It's literally like, maybe at this point, the microwave, it never goes off. Yeah, you know, but it's like we're at a point where we're sampling songs that are already sampled, like, which is something that Prince said was going to happen.
Yeah.
One time, R.I.P. Prince. But like, why is it that like there was a time where Chris Brown remember he did the song, I hated that song, but like no one ever had any backlash. Yeah. Drake was like standing Aaliyah, getting tattoos of her. Like no one ever really got upset with them for this the way that Chloe does. Like I think that her music reflects like women of that age, but I really, really hope that people can actually listen to the music and give her a chance instead of just like immediate. Like when I tell y'all, Steph didn't even have no vocals, y'all.
It's literally just a clip.
It's literally like a clip of her. They started attacking her hair, which it was very kind of like, all right, girl. But I don't know. I think that it's also one of those things, which I also have another theory, that social media does this thing with Black women in particular, where we praise them. Anytime I start seeing a Black woman getting praised too much, I know that the teardown
is coming
soon after. And it could be for anything. All we have to do is have one misstep. And it starts to get to a point where it's like, y'all really want to just like get these people banned. Like, you don't want them to have a career at all.
Yeah.
And there's no explanation for it. And it starts to, it's misogynoir, we can be honest. But,
no, I was definitely going to say something similar. I do think it's just, I mean, I don't know any Black female pop artists at like right now that are really getting any praise or the praise they deserve. I'm gonna throw R&B in there too, pop and R&B, especially someone who doesn't have like, is it coming from a larger, like even Beyonce got the same criticism.
Yeah.
Like when you look back at it, like, I don't know. So
Yeah.
I'm not seeing, like, I don't want to say it's any different. I mean, of course, it's more amplified because now everybody's in everybody's business because of social media
Yeah.
to see how much hate just being a Black woman and stepping into the same space that somebody else was in before.
Yeah.
How much they get.
So from a PR perspective,
Yeah.
what if you could give Chloe 2 things, what do you think that you would do to like help her to, like, would you tell her to just kind of lean into the vitriol, or would you say like, hey, this is like, maybe let's change directions and change the sound?
I think at this point in her career, maybe like 2 or 3 years ago, I would have told her, hey, maybe look into a different sound.
Mhm.
But she's shown, and I think she's done enough of the work at this point to prove that she is a good producer. She's good at what she does. I
Mhm.
would say maybe adding 1 or 2 people into the mix every couple, like,
Mhm.
it don't have to be a whole album. Like, this album is clearly a whole album with Timbaland. It
Yeah.
don't have to be all that, but I think being more selective with, like, the singles that she's putting out and, like, being more selective with how her ballads sound versus how her pop hits are sounding.
Mhm.
Doing small tweaks like that would be what I say rather
Yeah.
than, it's not a whole flush to her career that she's made for herself at all. But if people, one, you don't have to take people's advice at all.
Yeah, for sure.
Do what you love and do exactly what you want to do. But if you are going to take people's advice, flip it and turn it on them.
Yeah.
I mean, if they're saying that they want to hear more ballads, well, you got one ballad and a song and an album full of everything else that you want on it.
Yeah. Yeah. I see that. I think that she should also, and granted, like I told you, I'm not NPR. It's just like I think that she should kind of take like a Young Berg approach. Like you said
Okay.
that she was a producer.
Yeah.
So kind of like make a little tag and start like slowly, like even while she has these things out, like putting out songs with other artists and
That's
let
a
people
great
cheer
idea.
those on,
Yeah.
like under a different moniker. No one knows who it is.
Yeah.
And then pop out like, yeah,
This was me.
oh,
Actually.
I thought that it was a problem.
Yeah.
So y'all didn't want to hear about sex. Now we all sexing it up.
Y'all just don't want to hear from me.
You don't want to hear from me.
Yeah.
So I think that would be really cool to do. Like, I don't know what her moniker would be. I think it would be something cool, like maybe like a nod to Grownish or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, I hope that she finds her sound. I'll be listening to it. I'll support her because I think that I'm always ready to hear something like new and fresh. And even if it is something that has that 90s nostalgia, as long as you don't get stuck in it, I feel like a lot of artists do. Like at one point with Tiana Taylor, I was like, girl, hey,
We need something else.
hey,
I
you know,
agree. Yeah.
we've you know who's still stuck there was a man named King Combs.
He just want to be his daddy.
We got and with that,
Yes.
and that's a nigga going. So yeah, so actually we're gonna go ahead and close this thing out. It's been a pleasure to speak with you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do a rapid fire round.
All right.
I'm gonna do a this or that.
Oof, okay.
And then from there, I'm gonna ask you first thing, do you have any book or podcast recommendations? What are you listening to right now?
Okay, so this ain't got nothing to do with PR or communications or nothing, but I have been reading the Hollywood series by Kennedy Ryan.
Okay, I'm
So-
gonna have to get on that. She's my next artist to get to.
Yeah, I read Real last year, like around September. I was late to the party, but then I found out that the second book Score was coming out, and she uses like the same characters from these books to like build out their stories in other books. So I'm reading Score right now by Kennedy Ryan.
Okay,
but if you just like are hopping on the Kennedy Ryan train, you can read her Skyline series. I think that's an easy one to read. I mean, yeah, she be doing her thing.
Okay.
And the Skyline series is actually getting turned into a TV show soon.
Yes, I saw this. And I really, really, really want to interview Kennedy. I'm trying to pitch this to another outlet, like something like national. So
yeah.
I'm really, please, Kennedy, call me, girl.
If you see this,
Please, I would love to speak with you.
I'm trying to get a book tour here because she never comes to Dallas. So
girl,
I'm
we got
working on that. Yeah, I'm working on it. I'm trying.
Avengers.
She's on my list. I promise.
we gotta get this together. Yes. Okay. Was that it?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Are you listening to podcasts?
Lately, the only podcast I'll be listening to is my church.
Oh, I mean, that's not no problem. Okay, no problem. And what is your current theme song for your career right now?
Ooh. I think Nosebleeds by Doechii. It's the song she came out with right after winning the Grammys.
Okay.
And she was like, y'all didn't believe me. Y'all wouldn't listen to me then. Well, here I am now. Yeah.
Okay. So where can we connect with you?
I'm everywhere, but I answer the most on Instagram or Threads, like we've been talking about.
Okay.
I be on Threads.
Okay.
It's just _ALEIRA.
Okay. Period. Okay. And so now we're gonna get to the rapid fire.
All right.
Okay.
Let's go.
You ready? Drums or flats?
Ooh, flats.
Dreads or fades?
Fades.
High top, low top?
Low top.
Skirt or dress?
Dress.
Wine or champagne?
Wine.
Mimosa or Bellini?
Mimosa.
Pancakes or waffles?
Pancakes.
Last one.
I'm in my zone.
Okay. See how it was a tactic. Okay, Drake or Kendrick?
Kendrick.
Okay. All right. That's it. That's all we have. Thank you so much for tuning in to episode 10. Thank you guys so much. Kim told me when we first started this podcast, a lot of podcasts don't even get is it 10 episodes? All right, cool. We're gonna make up a statistic. It's okay. Well, a lot of podcasts don't even get this far. So I want to thank everyone who's been listening. I want to thank my team. I want to thank Aleira. I absolutely feel like we are getting a good footing. I feel like I'm getting more comfortable on camera, and I feel like I love y'all so much for continuing to support me. So with that being said,
Clap it up.
Clap it up. Keep supporting Black women. Keep supporting the arts.
Black women in spam.
Black women in spam. I don't like spam. I know, but like, why did they come up with that? Keep supporting. Yeah, we can't do it. All right. Thank you guys so much. We're out. I don't like spam. Oh, what? Well, who came up with that?